Okay, and we're back. Wow, this painting turned out really cool. I really like this. Not sure, I don't think I want to paint like this all the time. As much as I like this, I am trying to build a consistent style. I'm trying to build a recognizable brand. And I think I do want to go in a more clean and pop kind of style, but for sure I want to experiment using India ink more. And I think occasionally I'll do some paintings like this. It just won't be my regular thing. But before I do that, I know that for sure I'm going to need to buy some new paintbrushes. India ink can really damage your paintbrushes, so I didn't want to use my good Neptune and black velvet brushes that I use for watercolor painting. So I just grabbed all these old brushes that I had left over from college, and from some of these I used when doing face painting at Disneyland here in Southern California. Unfortunately, because of the quality of these brushes, you can't really see in the video here, but the bristles were a little bit frayed, so it was hard to get smooth, consistent lines. And of course, the fact that I was kind of scrubbing the paper with the side of the brush didn't help. I know I should probably leave this as is, but I really want to add just a touch of watercolor. Just one more color, a kind of red pink. This is my famous last words. This is how I end up ruining a painting, just by going overboard and not knowing when to stop. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in a little watercolor. Hopefully I don't ruin this. Oh, and you might have noticed that I had, besides the separate brushes, I also had a separate plastic palette and a separate water container for when I use the India ink. So that way I didn't contaminate my water that I used for watercolor or the palettes that I already had set up. Ooh, here we go. Thing is, since I was using India ink, I can just paint right into this and not worry about any ink running. Unlike the ballpoint pens, this stuff really just will not bleed once it's dry. It's pretty cool stuff. I know that to the casual observer, the painting with the ink process probably looked very almost identical to the watercolor, and you're probably wondering why I didn't just use watercolor if I was going to paint like this. And actually it is different. The India ink would set into the paper much faster than watercolor, so I would be often stuck with shapes that I could not edit any longer. If I wanted to get rid of this shape, I would have had to just paint over it with more India ink. So that was kind of an interesting process because it gave me some really unexpected results. I had really limited control over what was happening. I need clear water. Not clear enough. When all else fails, you can always just blot with the tissue. I think I might need to go get a fresh container of water because this is not doing what I want it to do. Spray it with this paper. I'm just gonna get the finest hint of red out here. It's kind of cool. This painting is done. I don't think I ruined it. Some people might like it better without the red. I'm not totally sure which one I like better. I will say that adding the red in did make the figure pop out more. I mean, typically if you're doing figurative art, you want the figure to be the focus of attention. In this case, thematically, maybe it would have been better to leave out the red because then she'd be blending in with the flowers. She's a wallflower and she's trying to hide. So I don't know. Either way, I like it. I think it turned out great. I was considering to maybe bring some cloudy bits of red into the figure, which would then blend her back in with the flowers again. But then I thought I'd be losing the contrast in the image, like this pale knee and shin and these areas around her neck that's really white and it really pops. And so if I had brought the red in over here and over here, then I would have just washed out the entire image. I just have a bunch of middle toned pigment. Sorry, I kind of went on a bit of a tangent there. That's why I didn't label these videos time lapses, because I do talk quite a bit. Like I said, this is my first series of videos and I'm sure that I'm kind of jumping around everywhere. I'll get better with my organization, I promise. If there was anything that you liked or disliked about this video, please comment below and I will be seeing you soon.